Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Amsharan Ismail Mazlan and my matric number is 18DTK25F 1012. So me and my partner would like to talk about HP VICTUS 15 versus ASUS VIVOBOOK Go 15. There are actually three topics that we're going to talk about today, and that is topic 1, background on the products, topic 2, comparing the products, and lastly our personal opinion on the product. So let's get started with the background on the product. So the VICTUS 15 is a high-performance gaming laptop developed for gamers and power users. It provides strong graphics, fast processing speed, and efficient cooling for gaming and heavy multitasking. Next is VIVOBOOK Go 15. It's a lightweight and portable laptop made for students and professionals. It offers reliable performance for daily tasks such as studying, browsing, and office work. Next, we're gonna talk the inside of the product. So the VICTUS 15 it has a 15.6-inch FHD display with 144 Hz refresh rate and is using an Intel Core i5 in current variants with a storage of 512 GB SSD, and it's also an upgrade-friendly RAM. Its weight about approximately 2.3 kilograms and is also portable for its class. And it's also ideal for gaming, content creation, and also multitasking. It's considered cooling, thermal enhanced, or build endurance in usage. For Asus VivoBook Go 15, it also has 15.6-inch FHD display with a weight of 1.63 kg, thin form factor, and it's using a AMD Ryzen 5 or Intel Core i3 with a storage of 512 GB SSD. It has a port of USB port and HDMI and Wi-Fi 6E connectivity. It has full-size keyboard plus with a fingerprint login and is used for ideal for studying, everyday work, and mobility. Next, we're gonna talk about the products company. The HP company is been found in 1939 and the founder is Bill Hewlett and Dave Beckers in Palo Alto, California. They started in a small garage and now they are known as the birthplace of Silicon Valley. In the first product is an audio oscillator and it's been used by Walt Disney Studio to improve movie sound quality. In 1950s to 1970s, they expand the company and grew into a leader in electronic measuring instrument and also entered a companies and technology markets. In 1980s to 1990s, they started creating a PCs and also printers. They launched laserjet printers and personal computers and became one of the top global tech companies. As for today, they focus on innovation, sustainability, and digital technology, and they continue as a global leader in tech industry. And also, they are the HP logo and the company, and their motto is keep reinventing. Next, we're gonna talk about an Asus Computer Incorporation. The company is been found in 1989 in Taipei, Taiwan. The founders is TH2, Tetsu, Wen Xie, and MT Liao. They all four of them is actually a former ASUS engineers. The company full name is actually ASUS Tech Computer Incorporation. The meaning of ASUS is come from the word Pegasus, in a symbol of wisdom and knowledge. They used the last four letters to appear early alphabetically. In early years in 1990s, they began making a motherboard manufacture and quickly became one of the world's top motherboard producers. In early 2000, they expanded their company and started making a laptop, desktop, and graphic cards. After that, in 2006, they launched an ROG, as known as Republic of Gamers, for gaming products. After that, in 2007, they started release a PC and a popular affordable netbook. Then in early 2000, they expanded the company and started making laptop, desktop, and graphic cards. After that, in 2006, they launched ROG, as known as Republic of Gamers, for gaming products. Next, in 2007, they released an EPC. It's a popular affordable netbook. After that, in modern era, in 2010s to present, they produced a Zenbook, ROG, and Tough Gaming series. And they also focus on innovation, performance, and sustainability. A global leader in computing and gaming technology, global recognition among the top computer hardware companies worldwide and known for design, reliability, and advanced technology. Next, we're gonna talk about the board of director on each company. So the first is the HP company board of directors. So the first one is Bill Hewlett or William Reddington Hewlett. He is born on May 20 in 1913 and sadly died in January 12, 2001. He's been studying in electrical engineering on Stanford University, and he is a co-founded HP in 1939 with Def Packard. His design HP he actually designed the HP's the HP first product, and that is audio oscillator, and is also known for engineering innovation and creativity. And he served as president of HP. And lastly, his legacy is help shape the innovation culture of Silicon Valley. Next is Dave Packard or David Packard. He is born in September 7, 1912 and sadly died in March 2026, 1986. He's studying in electrical engineering on Stanford University, and he's co-founded HP in a garage in Palo Alto, California. He created the HP Way management philosophy and also served as CEO and chairman of HP, and is also served as U.S. Deputy Secretary of Defense in 1969 to 1971. As his legacy is built HP into a global technology leader. Next is a ASUS board of director. Firstly, we have Tiesh Tung, or his full name is Tek Su Tung Hung. He actually is one of the co-founder of ASUS in 1989 and is a former engineer at ASUS Incorporation. And he played a major role in product development and innovation, and he focused on building high quality motherboards that made ASUS famous known for his technical expertise and leadership in engineering. Next is Tetsu, or his full name is Su Tzu Cheng, and he is a co-founder and key strategic planner of ASUS, and he helped shape ASUS business direction and global expansion. He advocated for innovation and research-driven technology, and has also played a role in establishing ASUS' international reputation. Next is Wen Xie, or his full name is Xie Wenqi, and he is a co-founder and computer hardware expert. He specialized in system design and motherboard architecture, and he also helped develop ASUS early computer component, and known for his focus on product reliability and performance. MT Liao, or his full name is Liao Mingzi, is a co-founder and technology engineer. He is contributed to ASUS technical foundation and hardware design, and he also worked closely with the other founders to ensure product innovation. He helped position ASUS as a leading technology brand in Taiwan and globally. Next, we're gonna talk about why do we choose the product? Well, we choose the HP VICTUS 15 because the VICTUS range is described as suitable for work. Even though it's a gaming laptop line, the manufacturer emphasizes its professional elegance and clean design, so it fits in a meeting or classroom rather than standing out an obvious gamer's rig. It offers a more affordable entry point into gaming or laptop convergence, meaning you don't need two machines, one for work or one for play. You get one machine that can flex across scenarios. For users as like students, professionals, or content creators who want to play, oh, who want, I mean, sorry, who wants something future ready but which also doesn't scream only for gaming, this model gives that middle ground. That's why we choose the Asus VivoBook Go 15 because trusted brand reputation, Asus is known for producing reliable and long-lasting laptop which give confidence in quality and performance. Stylish and professional design, the VivoBook has a sleek, modern look that's suitable for both study and work environment. It's also affordable and great value. It offers a good balance between price and quality, making it ideal for student or professional on a budget, and it's also comfortable user experience. The keyboard's layout, lightweight design, and screen size make it convenient for daily use and long hours of work. And it's also a good after-sales support. ASUS provides excellent customer service and warranty support, which add peace of mind after purchase. Next, we're gonna see a video of the product. So this is a video about the VICTUS 15. Okay, next we're gonna see about ASUS VivoBook Go 15. Next, I will pass to my partner to talk about topic 2.
Alright, thank you Amshar for presenting about the first topic. Hi everyone, my name is Putra Haji Iqbal bin Abdullah. My matrix number is 18DTK25F 1018. And now I'm gonna continue with the topic 2, comparing the products. So, HP VICTUS 15 and ASUS VIVOBOOK Go 15 has a different specs for every features. Firstly, for HP VICTUS 15, it has a 50.6 inches, that is 39.6 centimeter diagonal for the standard models. And for the dimension, it has 35.79 times 25.5 times 2.35 centimeter in many variants. HP VICTUS 15 is about 2.2 kilogram for many models. It has many colors such as mica silver, performance blue, or ceramic white depending on the variant. It is slightly thicker, that's around 2.35 centimeter high, and heavier, more desktop replacement field. HP Victus 15 is more geared toward performance, gaming, or heavier workloads, hence it is heavier and thicker than Asus VivoBook. I'm sorry, it is heavier and thicker than Asus VivoBook Go 15. And for the Asus VivoBook Go 15, it also has a 15.6 inches, that is 39.6 centimeter diagonal. It is the same as the HP Victus 15 screen size. For the dimension, it has 36.03 times by 23.29 times by 1.79 centimeter in many variants. Its weight about 1.3 I'm sorry, its weight about 1.63 kilograms for many models. It also has many colors including the mixed black, green gray, cool silver, and etc. Asus VivoBook Go 15 is not that thick as the HP Victus 15. It is a bit thinner profile, around 1.79 centimeter high, and lighter, more portable or ultra-mobile feel. This laptop is more geared toward everyday productivity, portability, and being light on the move. So, how can we use this product? Let me explain. So, I will explain on how to use the HP Victus 15. Firstly, as you know, we need to plug in the charger, press the power button, and complete the Windows setup like language, Wi-Fi, and account. As in performance mode, you can use the HP Open Gaming Hub to adjust the performance and cooling settings for gaming or heavy tasks. Also, if you want to have a great experience on playing games, you can plug in the mouse, headset, or external monitor using HDMI and USB ports for a full gaming setup. And you need to place the laptop on the flat surface and keep the vents clean to prevent overheating. If it's, I'm sorry, if the laptop is overheat, it will make the laptop lagging or frame drops. And for the software updates, it need to regularly update Windows and drivers using HP Support Assistant for best performance. And now I'm gonna explain on how to use the Asus VivoBook Go 15. Firstly, as we know, we need to connect to power, turn on the laptop, and complete Windows setup, just like the HP Victus 15. And then you can add essential apps like Microsoft Office, Zoom, or Google Chrome for school or work use. And this laptop, we can, I'm sorry, And this laptop is portable use for study, work, or travel because it is lightweight. And if you want to use the laptops at outdoor, you can switch on the battery health charging mode to extend the battery life. And you also need to keep it protected in the laptop sleeve and clean the screen and keyboard regularly. Okay, and now I'm gonna talk about the price of this product. The price of HP Victus 15 is approximately 2,600 ringgit up to around 4,000 ringgit plus, depending on the configuration. As for ASUS VivoBook Go 15, it is approximately 107 I'm sorry, it is 1,700 ringgit up to about 2,300 ringgit for higher spec variants. So, who is the target customer? The HP Victus 15 is targeted at gamers and power users. It is people who want a laptop capable of handling demanding software, games, multitasking, and heavier workloads. It is also suitable for content creators or students in design, video editing, or fields needing discrete graphics and higher performance. It is ideal for users who prioritize performance over ultra portability and willing to accept a larger size, heavier weight, and possibly shorter battery life in exchange for more power. The HP Victus 15 is good for those who expect to upgrade memory or storage or use external displays. I'm sorry, use the external displays, high refresh rate screens, wired networking, and etc. So that's the pros for the HP Victus 15. As for the cons, it is less ideal for those whose main need is light productivity on the go, whereas where ultra thin and ultra light would matter more. While the Asus VivoBook Go 15, it is targeted at everyday users like students, office workers, commuters, or anyone needing a reliable laptop for general productivity, web browsing, streaming, and document work. This laptop is particularly good for those who prioritize portability, affordability, and convenience, as it has a lighter weight, simpler specs, enough performance for daily tasks rather than intensive gaming. It is great for users whose working or traveling pattern involves mobile or remote use, classroom use, cafes, library, or home and office use without heavy graphic demands. But it is not as optimal for heavy gaming or high-end workstation workflows. The design trade-off favors portability and value rather than maximum performance. So now we're gonna see the video of the product.
The HP Victus 15 continues to use roughly the same design as the 2022 and 2023 models, but it still looks pretty up to date in 2024, and the older design elements aren't necessarily a bad thing over here. The black color combined with the linear edges as well as the symmetrical look just really give this laptop a pretty noble look, generally speaking. Now, it is a entry-level gaming laptop, so it does have a full plastic build, but the good news is that its weight is just under 5.1 pounds, making it ever so slightly less heavier than the average 15-inch gaming laptop. Starting with the top side, like I mentioned, a pretty simple black lid here. It is all plastic, It's also fairly fingerprint resistant, which is always a good thing in my opinion. And you'll also notice you have that classic shiny or reflective V logo for VICTUS, of course, which actually looks very nice and premium. You get your fair share of I/O ports over here. So on one side, you've got a HDMI 2.1 port. You also, interestingly enough, get a Ethernet port, which is nice. You have a USB-A super speed port and a Type-C port with power delivery and DisplayPort 1.4 functionality. On the other side, you have the charging port, a USB-A super speed port, and then of course a good old headphone jack. And additionally, you also get a full-size SD card reader, which if we're being honest should be standard across all gaming laptops. The bottom side of this laptop, again, very much the same as previous models, so we've still got that larger than life air vent here, which is kind of dramatic because the actual fans are only really on the right corner, but you know, why not? You'll also notice you have the standard plastic lid, and then you have two bottom firing speakers, one on either corner. When you unfold this laptop, you really appreciate the large palm rest you have here. If you don't know any better, you might be fooled into thinking this is a 16-inch laptop because of the optical illusion all that space creates. At the center, you have a nice large trackpad as well. Unfortunately, it's still a plastic surface one and a very flexy one at that, so there's a lot of flex going on here, which just doesn't feel very high quality. Thankfully, it does have some tactility. I guess there's that good news, but I guess if I was HP, my defense would be, who even uses a trackpad with a gaming laptop? Well, yeah. The keyboard over here is decent in my opinion, so you've got, I guess, kind of smallish keys over here because of the more compressed layout of the 15-inch form factor. I've never been a big fan of the font that HP uses with their gaming laptop. That's a personal preference, no hate there. And then you'll also notice the keyboard is fully backlit, which is nice, and it's quite bright, mind you. You also get the inclusion of a full-size 10 keypad, so great for productivity. And then you also have that artificial speaker grill on the top. It's not actually a speaker grill, it's not even a passive cooling vent, it's just HP doing HP design things. Now, as far as the actual typing experience goes, I'm happy to report you get a decent amount of key travel and a decent amount of tactility as well. It's not going to be the best keyboard you've ever used, but for gaming purposes as well as general productivity, it's pretty good. The hinge quality of this laptop is about as reliable as the current economy. It wobbles a ton, it's loosely put together, and it honestly feels like it is going to get bad over time with wear and tear, so make sure you're gentle with it if you do get this laptop. Now, you have a unnecessarily large chin at the bottom for no good reason whatsoever. Thankfully, the narrow bezels on the sides are immersive and feel pretty crisp with the rest of the design, and then at the top you have a relatively thin forehead as well, at the center of which you'll find a subpar 720p webcam. But to be fair, HP is still better than a lot of other companies which still don't include a webcam with a lot of gaming laptops. ASUS. The HP VICTUS 15 continues to use roughly the same design as the 2022
Alright,
and
so
2023
that's the
models,
video about
but
the
it still
HP
looks pretty
VICTUS
up to
15.
date in
Now
2024,
we gotta
and
see the
the
video
older
about
design
the
elements
ASUS
aren't
VivoBook
necessarily a
Go
bad
50.
thing over here. Now, the VivoBook's design has become a little bit more streamlined compared to previous generations, so ASUS is keeping a more conservative build that consists of a metallic and plastic hybrid body over here. Overall though, it feels like a pretty sturdy laptop. Now, it does have an approximate weight of 3.7 pounds, making it pretty much average for a 15-inch laptop, but it's still light enough to easily carry around in your backpack. Now, starting with the top side, like I mentioned, you have a nice clean flush design. The top side of the laptop has a nice premium metallic finish. It just feels really nice, and you also of course have the VIVOBOOK branding, though in a very subtle way. On the sides of the laptop is where all the action happens. Hopefully that doesn't get interpreted in the wrong way. Nonetheless, on one side you do have a basic USB 2.0 port, and past that you have this large heat exhaust vent, which is of course for the cooling mechanism. On the other side, you have the DC charging port, a severely outdated HDMI 1.4 port, two USB-A super speed ports, a USB-C port, and a basic one at that. No DisplayPort functionality, no power delivery, and certainly no Thunderbolt mechanism. And finally, the good old headphone jack. I must say, while there's plenty of ports on here, the standards are quite lacking. I mean, if it was my grandfather's time, maybe he'd be impressed, but these are just, come on, ASUS, get with the times. The bottom side is pretty standard stuff. You do have a plastic plate over here. Now, you do have plenty of air intake vents, though it's worth noting the actual active cooling fan is only on the right side. The rest are mostly for show, I suppose. With that said, you'll also notice you do have two speaker grills, one on either corner at the bottom side, indicating this is a bottom firing speaker. Unfolding this laptop immediately presents you with a very clean looking inner chassis. It's a full metallic finish, it's consistent, and at the same time just looks very presentable. Kudos to Asus over there. However, at the center you have a relatively small trackpad. There's not a lot of surface real estate on here for a 15-inch laptop. On a more neutral note though, you do have a plastic surface finish, but the flex is pretty contained. There is a little bit of flex, as with all plastic trackpads, but it's not too bad, and the clicks do feel tactile as well. On the top right corner, you have a built-in fingerprint scanner as well. I was really hoping Asus would improve the quality of their keyboard, especially compared to the predecessor models. However, it's still just as mediocre, if not outright bad. Firstly, Asus has a tendency to choose some very obnoxious fonts for its keycaps, but the real crime is the actual keycaps themselves. They're finicky, they feel cheap and flimsy. They haven't improved one bit. Backlighting is still not standard across all VIVOBOOK models, even in 2022. With that said, however, some models of the VIVOBOOK do come with backlighting built in, so it's going to depend on the configuration you're getting. You do thankfully get a built-in 10 keypad with the 15-inch model for number crunching productivity. The typing experience is pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. So you have close to non-existent key travel, which means you get hard stops, and it can be quite uncomfortable if you are typing for large periods at a time. Hinge quality is below average. There's a fair bit of wobble due to that single hinge mechanism. On top of that, if you are in the habit of opening the hinge from the corners, you are going to cause long-term wear and tear damage, so don't do that. Display fitting is pretty nice, so you have a relatively thin chin at the bottom with some subtle Asus branding. Then you have pretty narrow bezels as well, which are more or less in line with modern day standards, and you have a acceptably thin forehead. What's not cool is that subpar 720p webcam. I am 99% sure this is the camera they use to capture those shady UFO sightings which look pixelated as heck. So not a great camera, but it does come with a built-in privacy shutter. The display here is of average variety, so I'm not gonna give Asus too much of a hard time here. So now the VIVOBOOK's design has become a little bit more streamlined compared
That's
to
all for the video of the
so
product.
Asus is keeping a
And now we're gonna continue with the topic 3. It is a personal opinion and the products.
Okay, this poster is about comparing two laptop models, the ASUS VIVOBOOK Go 15 and the HP VICTUS 15, to help user decide which one suits their needs better. The ASUS VIVOBOOK Go 15 is thin and light. The heavy is about 1.6 kg, and it has integrated graphics, a longer battery life, and runs quiet and cool. It is suitable for light use. Meanwhile, the HP VICTUS 15 is heavier, about 2.3 kg, has a dedicated GPU, RTX 3050, higher refresh rate display, 144 Hz, and better performance, but it is louder and hotter. Okay, so which one do I choose? I choose the ASUS VIVOBOOK Go 15 because it is lightweight, more portable, budget friendly, and perfect for everyday tasks like studying and browsing. Okay, this poster is about comparing
Alright,
two
so
laptop
that's all
models,
for the
ASUS
video about
VIVOBOOK
personal
Go
opinion
15
and the
and the
products.
HP
Thanks for watching.